I don't want to carry a horse on my back. Oh, please work. Yay! Yesterday we read a passage titled Pause with a Cause. Listen as I reread these sentences. If you throw a tennis ball and your dog goes after it over and over again, that dog has drive, says D. Wilde. If your dog can handle any situation and still focus on its job, it has good temperament. Describe a person or an animal that has drive. Okay? You think you hadn't committed? Not sure? Savion.
A dog.
Okay, how can a dog show us that he has drive?
Go to the ball every time.
Okay, just like in the story it says that he can do that over and over again. How might a person show that they are driven?
By go getting something, carrying something back and forth, back and forth.
Okay, if you really want to accomplish a goal, like if Frank is wanting to be a football player, what might he do over and over and over again? He might train. That's more for more than just football, right? Any kind of sport we may want to, experience success in, we're going to do those drills over and over again if we're really driven to succeed. Describe a person or animal that does not have good temperament. Ooh, yes, sir.
Snake.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, they are prone to attack if you get near them. Mm-hmm. A bull. Yeah, we see that bulls can be excited by the color red sometimes. Yes, sir. Some wild animals, okay.
A spider.
A spider, I don't know, I would think that they might be fairly, I mean, they may bite if they're in a shoe or something and you put your foot in the shoe, they may bite you. But I think those animals are not going to bite you unless maybe they're still probably not going to bite you unless they're provoked to do so. What about a person? How might a person show that they have bad temperament?
Catching the attitude.
Oh, absolutely. Getting an attitude. All right. Obstacle. This is an obstacle course. Doesn't it look like a lot of fun? It may take a while, but an obstacle is something that gets in your way. Now here, the obstacles might be physical barriers that you have to get over, but an obstacle can be right. All of these are obstacles that you have to move over, but an obstacle just doesn't have to be an obstacle course. It can be something that gets in the way of you being successful, or experiencing success. If you're really trying to work on something at home and your brother or sister keeps interfering, that's an obstacle to your success too. It doesn't have to be a physical barrier that's in your way. Yes, sir. A roadblock is an obstacle, yes. I mean, that is something that is physically in your way. It is an obstacle. Bravery. Isn't that an awesome picture? I love that brave old lady. She's skydiving. But if you're courageous, or like Marshall, fearless, you're showing bravery. Show me a me too if you think you would ever want to go skydiving. I don't know if I'm that brave.
No.
But she looks like she's having a great time.
It'd be fun
That's
to see
a
her.
cool little grandma.
Like her
Hey,
baby.
remember, we gotta remember our rules for listening and speaking. Yes, ma'am.
Somebody's holding her hand.
Yeah, well, sometimes when you skydive, you can hold hands, you can form a circle. It just keeps you together. Yes, sir.
When I was in Utah, there were these people skydiving, and I just heard about it, and then had parachuting from that big guy.
Ooh, that's all. Hey, Frank, two things. Number one, you're not paying attention. Number two, that is not how we treat books. That is a good way to break the book and have to take home a letter to mom and dad saying that they've got to buy a new one. So, not something you want to do. Please unfold your pages, all of them. I'm waiting. And treat Treat your books like you treat your friends. With care and respect. Okay, so this week our word analysis skill, that means it's going to be the second page of your test, is compound words. So compound words are made up of two smaller words. They're then put together. Yesterday we gave the example of bath, tub. When we put the words bath and tub together, it means a tub where someone might take a bath. A lot of times the compound word parts help you understand its meaning. Not always. Butterfly is a compound word, but those smaller words do not help you understand its meaning. Yes, sir?
We're gonna do that.
Yes, we are. Now, this says let's make some compound words. We want to choose a word from the first side and then choose its match from the second. We'll just start over here. Yes, ma'am. Snowstorm, good. Raylan, what about you? Okay, keep thinking. Cameron, what you got? Sand pit. Okay, I'm not familiar with that one, but okay. Landlord. Quick fall. What about quick, something we talked about yesterday? What do we?
Saying that over here.
Oh, it's not on there? Sorry. I
It's
thought
saying
quick.
on that side though.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. Sandpaper, good. Sam.
Sandbar.
Sandbar. Come back to you, Loki.
Snowman.
Snowman. Frank. What? Downslide. What about landslide, Riley?
Snowstorm.
Snowstorm, Davion. What could you use with this? Back. What? Mm-mm. What do you wear when you come to school? A backpack. Okay, Joseph, what you got? Well, backpack, yeah. Somebody said landlord earlier. We could also have landlady. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Landfall. Okay. Hudson. Okay, mud pit. Some of these I question, are they truly compound words or are they just two words that we're using together? But one of the things that we're going to have to be able to do, and I do not know why last time, I think it was just a failure to read directions properly. We're going to have to be able to identify compound words. So when you get, just because a word is long does not mean it is a compound word. Look for the two small word parts that create the compound word. Now, this week, one of the things that we need to be aware of when we read is dialogue. What is dialogue in a story? Cameron? Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Dialogue is two people communicating.
It's two people talking. We can recognize dialogue in a story because it's going to have those quotation marks around it. But dialogue is a conversation between two or more people in a story. And narration is the telling of that story. Now sometimes in me telling you a story or your author telling you a story, you might still have narration when the dialogue when the narrator tells you, and then Dalton said, and whatever said. Dialogue and narration are used in both fiction and nonfiction. Now, yesterday we read about bug boys. We're going to read about more racing today. Let's see. Let's start with Riley. You want to read our first paragraph? Loki, our second. And then our final and third paragraph. No. Let's see. Dalton.
One summer, my parents sent me to camp in Washington.
In Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. I spent a lot of time
Taking
taking horses back, riding
horseback
riding.
riding.
It was my
Ambition.
ambition to become a great rider. As we roamed down the trail, I dreamed about being a famous rider.
Okay, well, what did we say yesterday that ambition means?
You want a desire.
Yeah, you really desire to do something. So it was her desire to become a great rider. Okay, who did we say is second? Loki, let's go.
My first imaginary horse, and I would gallop over the vast plains. We would leap over rickety gates and pass untouched through fields infested with
Locusts.
My horse would amaze everyone with his bravery. He would leap over quicksand without a
Slightest.
resistance. My horse would be so fast that he
Could outrun a landslide. Nothing would scare him. Everyone would want us to run in a great race. My horse and I would train for long hours. We would work hard the day we come, and all the fastest horses and their riders would be there to see who was the best. My horse and I would fly around the track. We would pass all the other horses.
Guys, let's remember one thing, that when we read, when you're assigned a paragraph starts with an indentation. Okay, send him to the front office. Okay, thanks. All right, sweet, love you, Sykes. Head up to the office.
I know who that is.
All right.
My second therapist.
Oh, good. All right, so this week one of our skills is unknown words. What do we do, Davion, when we're reading and we come across a word that we don't know? Well, we can do that, but what if we still don't know what that means? Where can we go to find out the meaning of a word we don't know? What do you think, Braylon? Is there a certain book that we can go to that tells us what words mean? What's that called? Help him.
A glossary.
Well, we can use a glossary
A dictionary.
if our book has a glossary, but not every book's going to have that. What's another one, Sam?
A dictionary?
A dictionary. Now, how are words arranged in a dictionary or a glossary?
ABC over.
And what is another word for ABC order? Alphabet. Yeah, they're in that book alphabetically. Let's begin to use that word. So when we encounter an unknown word, we can look it up in a glossary or a dictionary. Dictionaries can help us understand the meanings of words. It can teach us how to break the words into syllables, and it can teach us how to pronounce those unknown words. Okay, in Alaska, vast areas are still wilderness. What does the word vast mean? We can go back and look, if we can go back and look for context clues, but what do we do if we don't know? We're going to go to that dictionary for help. When I look up vast, I see that it means very great or immense, and now we can understand this sentence. In Alaska, big areas are still wilderness. All right, we are going to come back and do this page later. Right now, and I guess we can stop there because now we're going to